One sunny morning, Papa Smurf received a mysterious bubble-shaped invitation. It sparkled and glowed. To the Smurfs of Smurf Village, you are invited to Bikini Bottom's Friendship Festival. The Smurfs were excited. Where is Bikini Bottom? Asked Clumsy. It's under the sea, said Brainy, flipping through a book. We'll need magic to get there. With a swirl of sparkles and Papa Smurf's special spell, the Smurfs dove into a glowing blue whirlpool, and suddenly, they were underwater. They landed softly inside a giant jellyfish taxi. Next stop, Bikini Bottom, said the jellyfish with a cheerful jiggle. As they arrived, SpongeBob and Patrick were waiting with big smiles and flower lace. Welcome, Smurfs, said SpongeBob, jumping up and down. The Smurfs were amazed by the colorful coral houses, sandy roads, and sea creatures swimming by. This place is Smurftastic, said Smurfette. Sandy Cheeks offered to give a tour. Hop on my bubble cart, y'all, she said, and they zoomed through town, waving at jellyfish and fishy friends. Suddenly, the ground shook a little. Did you feel that? Asked Hefty Smurf. Probably nothing, said Patrick with a giggle. But SpongeBob looked worried. They arrived at the town square, where banners hung and balloons floated. The Friendship Festival starts tonight, SpongeBob announced. That evening, as the party began, something strange happened. The music stopped, and the jellyfish lights blinked out. The ground shook again. Oh, said Sandy. That ain't normal. Papa Smurf closed his eyes. There's magic around, but it feels confused. The group gathered at SpongeBob's pineapple house. Let's work together to find out what's going on, suggested Brainy. Teamwork always works. They split into groups. Papa Smurf and Sandy went to check the power lines. SpongeBob and Handy Smurf examined the light crystals. Meanwhile, Patrick and Clumsy Smurf searched the coral caves, but only found a dancing sea snail who liked to hum. Down at Jellyfish Fields, Smurfette and Squidward found jellyfish acting strangely, bumping into each other and glowing too brightly. The jellyfish are overcharged, said Smurfette. Maybe the magic energy is messing with them, guessed Squidward. Back at the pineapple, everyone shared their findings. Papa Smurf nodded. I think our magic is mixing with your sea energy, and it's too strong. How do we fix it? Asked SpongeBob, twiddling his fingers nervously. We'll need to combine our skills, said Papa Smurf. Sandy and Handy built a special machine that could absorb extra magic. The Smurfs enchanted it with a chant. Let's test it, said Sandy. They placed the machine in Jellyfish Fields. The jellyfish swirled around it, and slowly they began to calm down. Lights came back on in Bikini Bottom. The earth stopped shaking. Everyone cheered and hugged. Even Squidward smiled a tiny bit. The festival resumed with music, sea sparkles, and a bubble-blowing contest. Clumsy accidentally won when he tripped and blew the biggest bubble ever. Papa Smurf raised his juice cup. To new friends and peaceful energy, everyone clinked cups with smiles and cheers. SpongeBob and Smurfette performed a funny dance together, and Patrick taught Grouchy Smurf how to laugh, just once. As the night grew late, the jellyfish floated above them, glowing gently like stars. This was the best day ever, said SpongeBob. The next morning, the Smurfs prepared to return home. We'll miss you all, said Hefty. Smurf Village will never forget Bikini Bottom. SpongeBob gave each Smurf a tiny seashell necklace. Now you'll always have a piece of the sea with you. With another magical whirl, the Smurfs waved goodbye and disappeared into a sparkling swirl of bubbles. Back in Smurf Village, the Smurfs shared stories of their underwater adventure. Clumsy still wore his seashell proudly. And every time they looked up at the sky and saw a bubble, they smiled, remembering the day Smurf Village met Bikini Bottom.